Let's talk about cooking like a chef, because if you want to cook like a chef, the first step is to have all the right ingredients on hand. So we got Chef Trevor to go and look into his pantry and tell us what we need, the staples that we need in our pantry, and not, get buried in the back of the shelf there. Bring them to the forefront, use them in your recipes, and you're going to have a ton of flavor. So you've brought us... I don't know.
It's not the same for everyone. I brought about 1% of my collection.
1% of your pantry.
But, having a carefully stocked pantry is almost like anything else you do. It's accessorizing your food and taking it to the next level. So I always say, spending quality money on quality ingredients for your food is very important. It'll take it to the next level.
Okay.
Absolutely.
It's going to take it to the next level, especially if you have to, maybe you're going to skimp on the actual food you're buying. Don't skimp on the flavor.
Correct. I mean,
right?
It's like a good book. You got to have a good introduction, a good middle, and a good finish.
And a good
So finishing is really important. So having really good ingredients is really important to finishing your food as well.
Well, let's start. Where do you want to start?
I got the oils on one side, right?
Oils.
And I think in a lot of normal households, you generally have a neutral oil, like a veggie or a canola, and you'll probably have like an olive oil. But most people will probably choose an entry-level olive oil, and we have to watch out from where the olive oil comes from. There's been a lot of, talk about where our olive oil comes from. But it's really important to have a really nice olive oil to finish off if you're eating a nice cheese or a nice salad. So always have a nice finishing olive oil. This is a Greek olive oil.
Lovely.
Now, I like to use canola as my neutral oil. Because
that's this one.
I do a lot of Asian cooking, and for me, a neutral oil is two things, right? Smoke point, because I like to cook on high heat so it doesn't burn. The other one is that it's not intense in flavor, so it doesn't take away from your ingredients. Now, Asian cooking, sesame oil is really big.
It's my favorite.
I don't cook a lot with sesame oil per se, but I use it for marinating and making dressings because it's very overpowering. And it's got a very low smoke point, so it will burn. But people love it, the nuttiness.
It's the flavor of it all.
It's great for making like a dipping sauce.
You don't need a ton of it. You don't need a ton of it.
And then everyone has to have...
What do we have here?
That's a chili oil or chili crisp, right? If you're Chinese, you've got chili crisp. I know it's amazing. I'm not featuring my own chili crisp for the first time.
Yeah, what's going on?
I thought I'd share the love.
Are you getting humble? Like, what's going on? I don't know if I like the sight of you.
I know. It's 2024, Trace. So we're going to move over to the vinegars because a lot of people have, your basic vinegars for dressings, right? So like red wine vinegar, white wine vinegar, or balsamic. I think you need to always have a Chinese black vinegar. If you like dumplings in your house and you make a dipping sauce with soy sauce and a little bit of chili, you have to have Chinese black vinegar.
Gotcha. Okay.
Balsamic vinegar for dressings is great.
That's this guy.
This is a reduction, and I think I've got it right here. So a reduction is a little thicker.
Yeah.
It's great for like finishing off like a nice cheese plate.
I can't even get up.
Sorry, I went for the big spoons.
Ooh. That's
thick,
flavor.
That's the reduction, right? Brings the sweetness out. And then have a nice aged balsamic in your house.
Is that this one?
Yeah, that's 15, 20, 25. It's kind of like the whiskey in your liquor cabinet. They're not inexpensive, but a little goes a long way.
Got it.
Then we move over to things like soy sauce.
Yes.
A lot of people... You go to an Asian grocery store, you go to the soy aisle, and there's like 500 bottles, right?
Yes.
A lot of them are flavored. There's tamari, which is gluten-free. There's light soy. There's dark soy. So you have to, make sure you're choosing the right soy. Dark soy, you only need a little bit. Great for marinating. Okay. So you have here soy adjacent, I call it.
Okay, so
Maggie.
Maggie. We love Maggie.
We love Maggie, and not the Rod Stewart Maggie. This is Maggie in a bottle, which is very common in Southeast Asian countries.
Yes.
I have a little bit of Maggie here, right there for you.
Tell me what you would use
Maggie is great. Oh, a great little snack is if you've got some white rice.
Yeah.
You throw some Maggie into it, a little bit of butter, and a fried egg, and then we're going to move over here because we've got furikake, and I'll get to that in a second.
Yes.
But other soy adjacent is oyster sauce.
Just before you even get to the oyster, I want to know how do you describe the taste of the Maggie? So it's like, it's got some salt to it. It's got, that's pretty much.
Is there a word for that? Little tartness, a little bit of citrus.
A little citrus?
A little citrusy.
Yeah, there's a freshness
and there's a saltiness to it, a little briny saltiness.
It's beautiful.
Amazing.
Beautiful flavor builder
right there. Great
for
marinating, great for finishing.
Yes. Okay, so now on to oyster
sauce. You must have oyster sauce. Now, traditional oyster sauce is made from oyster extract. Yeah. So this does come in a vegetarian form.
Okay.
Oh, oyster sauce just on rice. Amazing.
That's all you need, right?
Teriyaki sauce. I think everyone should have some
we love
teriyaki
that.
sauce in the house. You
And
can
I
make
feel
your
like
own
most
if you're
of us have
ambitious,
this,
but why
yeah.
be so ambitious? Just buy it.
Yeah.
And then hoisin sauce. Hoisin in Cantonese actually means hoisin, which is seafood.
Okay.
So it's an extract from seafood, but you can get this vegetarian as well.
Yes.
So if you like go to a restaurant, you like ordering lettuce wraps, that
Yes.
sauce, that's hoisin sauce.
Oh, that's
A little bit
hoisin.
of sweetness.
Yeah. Oh, I
and then
do
we've got
love
some
it.
adjacent stuff here. You know, fermented stuff is big because that gut health, really big. So gochujang, miso. I got miso paste for salad dressing and soups.
What do you like? Yeah, tell me a little bit about how you use that miso paste.
So
Then.
miso, I would do either to make a miso broth, so it's just that in hot
Yeah.
water until it thins out.
Okay.
Or you can take that and make a dressing, a miso vinaigrette.
Okay.
Also, a miso marinade for fish is amazing too.
Beautiful.
Like a miso cod.
Yes.
now
Okay.
we're talking.
All right, I like that.
Tahini.
So I'm surprised
Amazing.
to see tahini. That doesn't seem like a, you know, it is going to be a cultural thing,
But we
but it
have-
wouldn't be something that every single person has tahini.
I think people don't understand tahini as much as they can because they actually probably eat a lot of it. If you're going out for shawarmas or Mediterranean food, there's always tahini. But if you're eating
Yes.
Chinese food, then there's things with sesame paste.
Yeah.
They're pretty much similar. So we use tahini in some of our recipes in our
Got
restaurant
you.
as well.
Okay.
And then mustard. Always. You go to a house, everyone's got yellow mustard for the hot dogs and hamburgers. But you should get a grainy mustard too.
I'm married to a French man. We have all the mustard
You've got
at our
all
house.
of them, right?
Yes.
So this is a nice little fancy one. This is a Provençal grainy mustard. Great for dressings. Great on putting on lamb before it hits the grill.
It's delicious.
Delicious, right? And then I've got some dried stuff. The furikake is, everyone should have furikake. This is a
So-
Japanese seasoning blend. There's one on your spoon right there, Trace.
I'm just going to show you what this looks. Oh, well, forget it.
Well, I've got it in the spoon, and you can put it right
But
in
I
your
just
palm.
want Al to get a shot of that. So this is what it's going to look like if you're buying it in the store.
It's a blend of toasted sesame seed, seaweed, and bonito flake, which is shaved fish. Okay? And then MSG is really important. Don't be afraid of MSG,
like
folks.
that.
Isn't that great?
What do
That's
you use that on?
It's finished on rice. Amazing. You know, sometimes
It's
when
like
you go
nori.
have Japanese, and there's the California rolls or like the
Yeah,
maki rolls,
yeah.
they'll see it on the rice.
Yes.
Good finishing salt. Malden,
Okay.
Malden smoked salt.
Yes.
Amazing. It comes out
When do you use the Malden salt?
perfect when like you've just grilled a nice steak
fancy.
or a lamb or something meaty that comes out. Finish it with a nice salt.
Okay.
right? And you know it's important. It's not that cheap, but it's not that expensive either because it goes a long way.
Are we talking about what's in here? The
Well, that's
magic?
we call that gourmet white powder.
What gourmet white powder?
MSG, MSG.
And what is that going to add to it? And how do you use that in relation to, let's say, how you would use salt?
Traditionally, MSG is a flavor enhancer, so it helps bring flavor from your existing ingredients out.
Yeah.
It is more of a salty attribute, so I would just pull back on the salt if you're using salt and use a little bit of MSG. It's a natural component that our bodies build, so it's
Yeah.
not bad for you.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fine, everything in moderation.
Beautiful, Trev. Thank you. Just a window into his pantry.